UFC 261 was packed full of leg fatalities. Now, for those who watched the Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor fight, Jimmy Crute suffered the exact same fate as McGregor. Let's talk about his foot drop in more detail. For those who don't know me, my name is Sonam, and I'm a resident doctor specializing in sports and exercise medicine. On this channel, I break down injuries as they happen so that average fans can better understand what's going on. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date. Now, for those who watched the McGregor and Poirier fight, I did cover it up here, and I'm going to reference that video right above me. Now, Jimmy Crute was taken out between the first and second round by Anthony Smith after a series of left lower leg kicks. So it seems like these MMA fighters are starting to learn that kicking on that outer left or right knee can put a nerve at injury, which causes a foot drop. Let's look at this video in more detail. So Jimmy Crute, unfortunately, was subjected to quite a lot of leg shots during the first opening round. But it's this shot here that pretty much did him in and caused that foot drop, which really wasn't recovering. And we'll see right there. So, and that's where he completely goes. So let's go back here. We'll take a look. So where Anthony Smith is targeting is this outside aspect of the knee. And there's a very important nerve that comes here. It's called the peroneal nerve or the fibular nerve. That nerve is responsible to help keep that foot up. So we call this dorsiflexing the foot or pointing the foot up instead of pointing it down. The other thing that it will do is it'll cause eversion of the foot. So the foot to go this way. If that nerve gets damaged, your foot is a floppy foot and essentially you can't use it. And that's what you'll see as we go along in this video. So you'll see here, he completely loses the ability to use that foot. And that foot looks like a little floppy dead foot. Now we'll see him get up here and you see, he can't bring up that foot. It's actually, he has to bring up his thigh a little bit higher because his foot keeps flowing down. It can't be pointed up. It makes a huge impact when it comes to walking. And also when these guys have to kind of take that fighter stance and be able to launch kicks off that foot. Now we'll see here that the doctors are assessing him. He's maybe getting a little bit of that foot function back slightly, but at that point in time, that's when the doctors called the fight and he was kind of pretty much taken out between the first and second round. Now the injury that he sustained was a peroneal nerve injury, which caused the foot drop. This essentially was the exact same injury McGregor sustained from Dustin Poirier's brutal leg kicks. So if we look at our anatomy specimen here, it was his left leg that got impacted. This is your left lower leg. I've put on a few muscles and nerves here just so you can see some things. This is your tibia, which is your main shin bone, your fibula, which is your outer bone, and these two are broken in the other fight that I covered right up here. But essentially, it's this area here that we're interested about. So this area here is targeted a lot in Muay Thai fighters, not so much in UFC fighters, but they're starting to really learn the ropes of this. And now fighters may need to start protecting against these types of kicks. So in this area here, you have something called your common fibular nerve. This nerve is very vulnerable at this space because it's not covered by any kind of good amount of muscles, tendons, or fats. Whereas as it goes down, it gets buried beneath all these muscles. This nerve is responsible to bring that foot up and to also bring it everted. So kind of what you do is you take your foot and you tilt it outwards so that your sole is facing outwards. So what these kicks by Anthony Davis did in this area, these multitude of kicks, is they caused a bit of trauma to the nerve, so a bit of a neuropraxia as well as swelling around the tissues in this area. Once the tissues in this area become swollen, they squeeze the nerve. When they squeeze the nerve, it stops working, albeit this is temporary, but it's effective in a fight. And that is exactly why Jimmy Crute was taken out between the first and second round. Now, these types of injuries do get better as the fights improve. Have you seen McGregor? He's now walking completely fine. And I'm suspecting Jimmy Crute is too. Usually takes a few hours, lay off training for a few days, and you can get right back to it. It's a very effective form of submission. I know a lot of fighters and a lot of fans have very interesting things to say about this. Let me know what you think down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you like this video and want to stay up to date on more videos I do in the future, please like and subscribe to my channel. For now, that's all.